record.
Sure. It's Rob Garagiola, and currently I'm the Senate Majority Leader in the Maryland State Senate.
And you're running for the 6th Congressional District.
That's correct. To run for Congress here.
Why?
There's a lot of issues and concerns that I see and I hear from a lot of folks, in Cumberland and Allegheny County and other parts of the 6th District, which comprises most of western Maryland and parts of Montgomery County. A concern that, the next generation may not have it better than the current generation. And I think, America from its founding, we've always had this spirit of optimism of this country, moving to the next great thing. And I think there's a big concern about the direction of this country right now, and whether in fact it is going to be better. I've got 3 children myself, 13, 11, and 10, a boy and 2 girls. And frankly, I'm a little concerned. There seems to be a huge partisan ideological divide in Congress with both parties, frankly. And I've been a state senator now for 9 years. I've worked with Republicans and Democrats to solve problems for the state of Maryland. We've got the #1 schools in the country. We've kept tuition low for those that are attending higher education. We've expanded access to health care. We've done a number of things that I think we can be very proud of, and many things in a very bipartisan way. I've reached out to Republicans and Democrats. And I think we need more people like that in Congress who can be bridge builders and pragmatists, and try to put the country first instead of the party first. And that's what I've done the 9 years I've been in the Senate, and I think that's what's needed in Congress.
What do you think about the way that the 6th District was redistricted?
I think that it's actually a very good thing, because right now the voters for the last 20 years really haven't had a choice. No matter who the Republican candidate or nominee or incumbent was, that's who was going to win. And really the voters are going to have a choice for the first time in 20 years to decide if they want a Democrat or Republican. And it seems that there's a lot of excitement that there may be a lot of candidates on both sides. So there's going to be a lot of choices for voters. I think that's a good thing. It's a good thing for democracy.
And Roscoe Bartlett, if he does continue this race, 19 years. Do you think that's too long?
Well, I would say that if I thought he were an effective member of Congress, I wouldn't put a time limit on how long one can serve. But I think that what I'm hearing from voters, Republicans, Independents, and Democrats in Cumberland and Allegheny County and other areas of the district is that they've already seen more of me in the last 6-7 months than they've seen of him in the last 10 years. And there's a hunger for change. I see that in people I talk to, and I'm hoping to be that change.
And you've been out here quite a few times, right?
I've probably been out here, dozens of times in the last couple months, and plan to be out here, often.
What are you hearing are the biggest concerns for folks from Western Maryland?
Yeah, I would say the concerns about the economy and jobs. I know that Cumberland over the last couple of decades has probably lost about half its population. Was a real job creator in manufacturing and industrial types of jobs, and a range of other jobs as well. And what I see on the horizon for Cumberland, and I'd like to partner with local elected officials, the community at large, business leaders and whatnot. I really see the potential for a renaissance for this area. And there's opportunities, I think, where we can grow jobs here. And truly, as America, the United States of America really should have never ceded its manufacturing to other countries. And I think we did do that to some extent. And I think we have a lot to offer here. We have very skilled people. And it's something that I want to work very hard and be an advocate to bring businesses here and get this economy going again. There's things we can do in Congress also that's not being done to further that.
What else do you want constituents and folks in Western Maryland to know about you? You said you're a dad,
yeah.
Right? We know you've been in as a state senator for 9 years.
9 years now, yeah, almost 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've also served in the military. I was in the U.S. Army Reserve. Jumped out of a few perfectly good airplanes. Had one bad jump where I broke my leg 2 operations later, and did some more jumps after that. In the Maryland legislature, I actually, in 2004, created a bipartisan Veterans Caucus, authored legislation creating a Maryland GI Bill for veterans returning from Iraq and Afghanistan, where they can get 50% of their tuition covered by the state. I've worked on legislation to help those veterans that have post-traumatic stress and behavioral health issues. We've done a number of things for our veterans, and I want to say that it's legislation and outreach that I've done within the Maryland Senate in a very bipartisan way, and that's something that I've done on a number of legislation that I've worked on. I mean, I've worked with Republicans and Democrats, and what I unfortunately don't see going on anymore in Congress is that same type of put the country first, like we've put the state first in many respects. And instead it's about the party and the, who can say no louder and really not moving the interests of this country forward. I mean, there's been no legislation moving to try to deal with the economic issues, to try to get jobs, to try to deal with manufacturing, it is not happening right now, and I sense a huge frustration that I share, as an American myself, that this country is not moving forward right now. There's a lot that we can do. I'm an optimist. I believe this country is destined to continue to be great and be a world leader economically, militarily, well into the future for my children and their children. But it all comes down to the decisions that are made and who we elect for Congress and the decisions that these members of Congress make.
And you just got the endorsement from the Lieutenant Governor.
Yeah,
That's
another
great.
veteran as well, Lieutenant Colonel, helicopter pilot, and Iraqi veteran himself. But yes, yesterday he endorsed my candidacy for Congress. I'm very happy to get it. And we're rolling out additional endorsements almost on a daily basis. And we're building a lot of support. As I meet with people, there's a level of excitement out there. We're hearing and getting support from Democrats like the Lieutenant Governor, but we're also hearing from many who are not affiliated with either party, and there are a number of Republicans who are supporting me as well. So we're very excited about things, and we're going to continue working very hard over the next 11 months until the November 6th election next year. And then when I'm elected, I'm going to continue to work very hard being an advocate for Cumberland and Allegheny County and the constituents of the 6th District, as well as represent the views of my constituents in Congress, regardless of party, regardless of what the dynamics are. It's putting the people here first, and that's what I plan to do in Congress.
What's next for you?
We're going to be meeting with the Greater Cumberland Committee, and then we've got more stops after that. I was in Frederick earlier today, and got some this weekend, some trips in Montgomery County. It's interesting, a number of folks in Montgomery County have complained a little bit that they've seen me and heard of me being out in areas of Western Maryland so much that they're concerned that I'm neglecting them now. And I plan to be out here a lot. I've made trips out to Garrett County as well, and I'm going to be in Hagerstown, actually in Boonesboro next week, in Washington County. So I'll put a lot of mileage on the car, and we're going to do that. And it's not just going to be during the campaign, it's going to be after I'm elected as well. People are going to see me. I'm going to be very active in promoting this area with businesses to try to bring jobs here, and I'm going to reflect my constituents' views when I take votes in Congress.
And if people want to find out more about you and your campaign, where can they go?
Yeah, website, we keep adding to it, but it's robgaragiola.com. It's ROBGARAGIOLA.com. We also have a Facebook page, and we're going to be opening campaign offices soon in Cumberland and Hagerstown and Frederick and in Montgomery County. So a lot's going on and a lot of excitement.
All right, great. Anything else that you want to get out there for our listeners?
Well, please, I'd love for folks to get involved, and if they have questions, please reach out to me. There are opportunities to do that up through the website.
All right, great.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. See, quick and